Can you guys hear me now? Okay, sorry about that. Okay, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Commissioner Hughes. This is the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar for Tuesday, October 7th. The court's orders for the taking of DNA samples and fingerprints issued on the first calendar of October will apply to all of the hearings on this calendar. As we get started in here this afternoon, I will call each of you into the courtroom one at a time. I'll ask one of you to stand behind this gray podium here in front of me in the courtroom. Then I'll ask the next 2 people I intend to call into the courtroom to line up in the 2 blue chairs right inside this door. I think there's 2 chairs right there facing you. So if you would please listen carefully for your name, move from the chair you're in now to the second chair, then shift over to the first, then come into the courtroom. I know that does sound like musical chairs, but I promise you all it will make this calendar move much faster. So if you will do that, everybody can get to where they need to go a little bit sooner. Once you work your way into the courtroom, I will start by asking you to state your full name and date of birth. After that, I will explain to you why you're here this afternoon. You all have the right to the assistance of counsel in a criminal case. When you're in the courtroom, I will tell you whether you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer. If you do, the court will appoint a lawyer to defend you. Those lawyers are sometimes called public defenders. Whether or not you qualify for a public defender, you all always have the right to hire a private lawyer to defend you if you would rather go that route. When you're in the courtroom, I will also give you the next court hearing dates and times that you'll be required to attend after this court hearing. And the last thing that we'll do while you are in the courtroom is talk about whether you are legally eligible for release from custody. If you are, we will go over on what terms and conditions you could be released from jail. In addition to that right to the assistance of counsel, you all also have the right to remain silent. Anything that you do choose to say in the courtroom this afternoon will be preserved on our audio recording. And it could be used against you at any point down the line in these proceedings. Even if you qualify for a court-appointed lawyer, there will not be a lawyer in the courtroom this afternoon for purposes of your defense. If you get a court-appointed lawyer, your lawyer will be present and start representing you beginning at your next court hearing. I tell you that information so that you know you won't have a lawyer in here, but anything you say could still be used against you. So I will strongly caution all of you not to make any statements regarding the facts that brought you here at this hearing. Please save any of those types of statements for a hearing where you have a lawyer present to defend you. Last thing I'll tell you all before we get started is that all of the information that you get while you're in the courtroom will be provided to you in a written document. That document is called a release order, and the officers in the courtroom will hand you that document when you're done in the courtroom and you step back into the room that you're in right now. So please don't feel like you need to memorize what we go through in the courtroom, but please keep that paperwork with you wherever you go from here. All right, let's go ahead and get started. If I could please have Juan Juarez all the way into the courtroom behind this gray podium here in front of me. Bryce Samuel Fong, if you would work your way to the first chair right inside this door. Christian Mendoza, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please, sir?
Juan Juarez, May 29, 2002.
Thank you very much, Mr. Juarez. You are here on 3 different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, which is a Class 5 felony, 1 count of reckless driving, and 1 count of driving on a suspended license. Those 2 are Class 1 misdemeanors.
Okay.
The other 2 matters you're here on are both allegations that those new charges violate Term 1 of your probation in each of those 2 cases.
Yes.
I did find probable cause to support the new allegations, which means I have found probable cause to support a Term 1 probation violation. I have appointed a public defender to represent you in all 3 cases. Your next court hearing on the new case will be a status conference October 13th. That'll be followed by a preliminary hearing October 16th. Those will both on the new case. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown.
Is it the same day?
No, one's the 13th. Oh, you mean day of the week?
No,
one is the 13th, one is the 16th,
okay.
Both at 8:30, both in the same court. Yeah.
Okay.
Your next court hearing in the probation case will be the 14th at 8:30, same court downtown. So 13, 14, 16 are your hearings, all at 8:30 downtown. On the new case, you have a $7,500 secured appearance bond, but on the two probation cases, you are not eligible for release on bond. What that means is you will be held in custody without bail at least until you see the probation judge on the 14th in the two probation cases. If on the 14th the probation judge releases you or determines that you're bond eligible going forward, you could then look to posting the bond on the other case to be released on all three matters.
Okay.
Do you understand that information?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Juarez. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Bryce Song, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please. Tina Chambers, if you would work your way to that second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Bryce Fong, 12/24/2004.
Thank you, Mr. Fong. You are here on two different matters. The first matter that you're here on is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are one count of dangerous drug possession for sale, which is a Class 2 felony, one count of narcotic drug possession, one count of dangerous drug possession, one count of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense, one count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person. Those four allegations are all Class 4 felonies. One count of drug paraphernalia possession, which is a Class 6 felony, and one count of failing to admit you were carrying a deadly weapon, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. The second matter that you're here on is an allegation that those new charges violated Term 1 of your probation. I did find probable cause to support the new allegations and a Term 1 probation violation. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in both cases. Your next court hearing in the new case will be a status conference October 13th. In that case, you will then have a preliminary hearing the 16th, both at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. Your next court hearing in the probation case will be a revocation arraignment hearing October 14th at 8:30. So 13, 14, 16, all at 8:30 downtown will be your court hearings. On the new allegations, you have a $25,000 secured appearance bond, but on the probation matter, you are not eligible for release on bond. Same thing I told the last gentleman, that means you will be held in custody without bond at least until you see the probation judge on the 14th. If the probation court determines on the 14th that you are bond eligible or releases you, you could then look to posting your bond on the new case to be eligible for release in both matters. Do you understand that information?
How much did you say my bond was again?
On the new case, it's $25,000 secured appearance.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Fong. You can step back and get your paperwork. Christian Mendoza, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Oscar Guerrero, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Christian Mendoza, 11/11/84.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 2 counts of aggravated driving under the influence, 1 count of narcotic drug possession, 1 count of possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, 1 count of possession or use of a weapon in a drug offense. All of those are Class 4 felonies. 1 count of unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, and 1 count of failing to obey a police officer. The unlawful flight allegation is a Class 5 felony. The failure to obey is a Class 2 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 13th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing on the 16th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On those allegations, you have a $15,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that bond and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons, you could not consume or possess any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and if you are released from custody, you cannot operate a motor vehicle if you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. You can step back and get your paperwork. Tina Chambers, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Julian Ovante, if you would work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Tina Louise Chambers, 92978.
Thank you very much. Okay, you are here on 4 different matters. The first 2 are bench warrants issued by the Superior Court. One of those bench warrants was for failing to appear at a status conference in an existing felony burglary and drug case. The other was for failing to appear at a status conference in an existing felony drug and weapons case. In both of those cases, you already have a lawyer assigned to defend you. That lawyer will continue to represent you. Your next court hearing in each of those two existing cases will be, it's going to be October 16th at 8:30. I think I might have given you false information. One of them might have been a probation warrant.
I don't think so.
Give me just one. I want to make sure I give you the right hearing. Okay, it is, yeah. So one of them looks like it was a warrant issued out of the probation court. It looks like there was a status conference set, so you did miss a status conference, but it was a probation case. So it looks like in that burglary and drug case, you were already on probation. It's possible that the hearing, the status conference that was allegedly missed had to do with bond forfeiture proceedings. But in any event, it's not an existing case. It's a post-disposition probation case. The underlying allegations are burglary and drugs. So your next court hearings will still be the 16th in both of those cases. On the probation case, it's going to be a non-witness violation hearing. On the non-predisposition case, on the drug case, it'll just be a status conference. Don't worry too much about the titles of those hearings. Just know that your hearing in both of the existing cases is the 16th at 8:30 downtown. I'll let you ask questions, clarify what you need at the end. So hold your questions. Let me get through what I have to get through. I'll get to you at the end. I'm not ignoring you.
Okay.
Okay, the third of the four matters you're here on, on each of the two warrants, you have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. So $10,000 total on the two warrants. The third matter you're here on is a grand jury warrant. In that case, a state grand jury was convened and found probable cause to return an indictment against you. The allegations in that grand jury indictment are one count of being a prisoner in possession of or making contraband, which is a Class 2 felony, one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. The grand jury warrant alleges that those offenses were committed May 19th of 2023. I did appoint a lawyer to defend you in the grand jury case. Your next court hearing on the grand jury warrant will be an arraignment hearing October 15th at 8:30 downtown. So the day before your hearings on the existing cases, you'll be seen on the grand jury warrant. On that grand jury warrant, you also have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. The last of the four matters you're here on is a failure to pay warrant issued by the Santan Justice Court. That one looks like it's a misdemeanor bad check case. You will get a court-appointed lawyer at a minimum for purposes of release conditions on that misdemeanor case, but that lawyer is going to be appointed for you by the next judge you see at your next court hearing. Your next court hearing on that misdemeanor case will be an arraignment on the 14th at 8:30, but that one's going to be in the Santan Justice Court. So you'll have hearings the 14th, 15th, and 16th all at 8:30. The first one in Santan, the next one's all in the Superior Court downtown. On the misdemeanor warrant, your bond is $50. So altogether for all four cases, your bond is $15,050. It is all secured appearance. If you were to post that and you were released from custody, you could not possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription once you were out of custody, and you would be responsible for getting yourself to all of your court hearings. Okay, go ahead with what questions you have.
I'm just trying to see, can I be released on pretrial? Because I have a funeral, I've been trying to get to this funeral. I'm making sure that I make it.
So the short answer is no, but the long answer is for two reasons. One, I can't release you to pretrial services because you're already on probation, so you're already being supervised by adult probation.
With the ankle monitor?
Same answer. You're already being supervised by adult probation, so you don't want to be supervised by pretrial and adult probation.
I can do it.
You'd have two people watching you for the same reason.
And I can do it.
It's not efficient. So it's not something that the court's willing to entertain. It doesn't make sense. But the second reason you can't be released is because I am not in a position to modify the bond amount issued in the grand jury indictment. That amount came from the grand jury who heard the factual presentation in that case. That was not me. That was done by the state grand jury. And I guess the third reason, I think I said two, but the third reason is I'm also not the one that issued the underlying warrants in the probation and existing case. Those were set by the trial court that's seeing you on the underlying allegation.
So I have a violation of probation?
Well, I think that's what one of the warrants is. So one of the warrants, I think, was issued in a case in which you are already in probation violation proceedings. So I'm not seeing you on a new violation, but I think you might already be in probation violation proceedings.
Because I didn't pick up no new charges.
Well, kind of correct.
Yeah.
You haven't recently picked up new charges, but one of the cases I'm seeing you on is new charges in that grand jury warrant, but they're alleged to have been committed in 2023. I don't know when you were put on probation, but I think it was after 2023.
Okay.
So, like I said, the short answer is no, but you got the long explanation as to why those bonds are what they are. So you will have to post that bond, that total $15,050 bond, to be eligible for release. But please remember, if you do that, then you still have to get yourself to your court hearings. Otherwise, a whole new round of warrants is going to be issued.
So is that 15 cash or just?
It's secured appearance. You could use a bonding company.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you very much. Oscar Guerrero, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Andrew Mendoza, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Oscar Guerrero, 5583.
Thank you, Mr. Guerrero. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence. That's a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of driving under the influence while being impaired to the slightest degree. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I've appointed a public defender to represent you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 13th, and then you will have a preliminary hearing October 16th. They will both be at 8:30, and they'll both be in the Superior Court downtown. On these allegations, you have a $2,500 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess or consume any alcohol or drugs without a valid prescription, and you could not operate a motor vehicle so long as you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Guerrero. You can step back and get your paperwork. Julian Ovante, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Lori Eggleston, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I please have your name and date of birth?
Julian Avante, 62192.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ovante. You are here on an arrest warrant that was issued after a direct complaint was filed. A direct complaint is a written document that alleges a new allegation against you. The allegation in that direct complaint is 1 count of misconduct involving weapons for being in possession of a prohibited weapon. That is a Class 4 felony alleged to have been committed April 9th of 2024. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you against that allegation. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 13th and then a preliminary hearing October 16th. Both of them will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that direct complaint, you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons once you're out of custody. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. You can step back and get your paperwork. Andrew Mendoza, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Lindsay Laird, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Andrew Mendoza. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yes, Andrew Don Mendoza, and 122788.
Thank you very much. You are here on 2 probation violation warrants. In both cases, petitions to revoke your probation allege that you have violated terms 3, 5, and 15. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in both cases. Your next court hearing will be a probation revocation arraignment hearing. It will be October 14th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. On each of those 2 warrants, you have a $750 secured appearance bond. That means your total bond will be $1,500. It is all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mendoza. You can step back and get your paperwork.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Lori Eggleston, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Sherry Lee, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yeah, Lori Ann Eggleston, 12/17/78.
Thank you very much, Ms. Eggleston. You are here on 4 different matters. The first 2 of those 4 are probation violation warrants. In both of those cases, petitions to revoke your probation allege that you have violated terms 3 and 5. I appointed a lawyer to represent you in both of the probation proceedings. Your next court hearing in those 2 matters will be a revocation arraignment hearing October 14th at 8:30 in the morning in the probation court downtown. On each of those 2 probation warrants, you have a $500 secured appearance bond, so $1,000 total on those 2 probation matters. You're also here on 2 misdemeanor warrants. One of them issued by the El Mirage Municipal Court in a misdemeanor shoplifting case. The other issued by the Surprise Municipal Court in a different misdemeanor shoplifting case. In both of those cases, you're entitled to a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of release conditions. The lawyer appointed for you in each of those cases will be appointed by the next judge you see at your next court hearing on those misdemeanor warrants. Your next hearing on the El Mirage warrant will be October 13th at 10 o'clock in the El Mirage Municipal Court. On the Surprise warrant, it will be October 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon, that one in the Surprise Municipal Court. On each of the misdemeanor warrants, you have a $50 bond. So your total bond for all 4 cases will be $1,100. It is all secured appearance. If you posted that and you were released, in addition to getting yourself to all of your next court hearings, you could not possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
I do.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Eggleston. You can step back and get your paperwork. Lindsay Laird, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. David Garcia, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Lindsay Laird, 11/17/1990.
Thank you, Ms. Laird. You are here on 2 different matters. The first one is allegations of new charges. Those allegations are 1 count of dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of shoplifting, a Class 1 misdemeanor. The second matter you're here on is an allegation that those new charges violated Term 1 of your probation.
Really?
I have found probable cause to support the new allegations and the alleged probation violation. I've also appointed a lawyer to represent you in both of those cases. Your next court hearing in the new case will be a status conference October 13th. After that, also in the new case, you'll have a preliminary hearing on the 16th, both of those at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On the probation matter, your next court hearing will be October 14th. It'll also be at 8:30. That one will be in the probation court downtown. On the new case, you have a $500 secured appearance bond. On the probation matter, your bond is $250. So your total bond for both cases is $750, all secured appearance. If you post that and you're released from custody, you cannot go back to the scene where the alleged new shoplifting offense took place, and you could not possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Laird. You can sit back and get your paperwork. Sherry Lee, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. James Rust, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Sherry Lee, January 31st, 1988.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lee. You are here on 2 probation violation warrants. In both cases, petitions to revoke your probation allege that you have violated terms 3, 4, and 5. I have appointed a lawyer to represent you in both cases. Your next court hearing on both of these warrants will be a revocation arraignment hearing. It'll be October 14th at 8:30 in the probation court downtown. You have a bond on each warrant. The total bond is $350. It's $250 on one of the warrants and then $100 on the second warrant. So $350 total, all secured appearance. If you post that and you are released, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription once you're out of custody. Do you understand those conditions?
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
So what are the violations? Does it
All
say?
I know is the terms. So
Okay.
Adult probation has filed a petition to revoke your probation. They've alleged that you violated terms 3, 4, and 5. 3 has to do with reporting to adult probation. 4 has to do with, it looks like substance abuse treatment, and term 5 has to do with your residence, where you were living. So I don't know the specifics of how you are alleged to have violated each of those terms, but those are the terms that adult probation has alleged you were not in compliance with. When you get to your hearing on the 14th, first you'll have a lawyer present, so your lawyer will have much more information about the underlying facts and what's going on in the case. And then if you dispute or disagree with adult probation's alleged facts, you can talk to your lawyer about that and present that information to the probation court. So your probation isn't necessarily being revoked. It's certainly not being revoked here.
Right.
Whether or not your probation is revoked and or reinstated and you're given another chance will be the substance of your next hearing on the 14th.
Okay.
Okay, and you said a couple, so go ahead.
Yeah,
What's your next
and
question?
then the other question was, so I have a bond for both of the probation violation
Yes.
ones, so I could potentially bond out,
You could. You could post that bond and be eligible for release on these 2 probation warrants, yes.
and that's all I'm being held for?
That's all I'm seeing you on. It's possible MCSO has other matters that wouldn't be addressed in this court. So if you're concerned that there might be other matters out there, what I would suggest is you ask jail staff before you attempt to post this bond. Say, hey, do I have any other holds? Do I need to be seen by anybody else? If they say no, you could post this bond and get out of custody.
Okay.
What else?
And then you said there's secure bonds, that means 10%, right?
It means you could attempt to use a bonding company. It's possible it would be 10%, but that would be an agreement that you make with a bonding company.
Usually with this so low, they don't do it, right?
I don't know. I get conflicting information.
Right.
So sometimes people tell me they work with any amount. Sometimes people tell me it has to be a certain amount or higher. Sometimes I hear they don't work with cash bonds. Sometimes I hear that they do. So I don't want to quote what I think that they might do for you or not do for you and be wrong. So if you're interested at all in going through a bonding company, I would say find a list of them back in the jail. Okay. It never hurts to call a couple of them and see if they can help you. If they can, great. If not, then at least you know that.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
Nope, that'll do it.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. You can step back. David Garcia, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Mariano Bebbing, if you would work your way to the second chair, please. Can I have your name and date of birth?
David Garcia, October 8th, 1986.
Did you say 80 or 96?
86.
86. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. You are here on a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke your probation alleges that you have violated terms 3 and 5. I've appointed a lawyer to represent you in that probation case. Your next court hearing will be a revocation arraignment. It is scheduled for October 14th. It will be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that warrant, you have a $250 secured appearance bond. If you post that and you are released from custody, you cannot possess any weapons or any drugs without a valid prescription. Do you understand those conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Garcia. You can step back and get your paperwork. James Rust, if you would please work your way into the courtroom. Carlos Valencia, if you would please work your way to the second chair. Right here behind this gray podium, just, walk right past him. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
James Rust, March 14th, 1990.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rust. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is one count of disorderly conduct. It is a Class 1 misdemeanor. You are entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. That lawyer will be appointed for you at your next court hearing by the next judge you see. That hearing is going to be an arraignment hearing October 21st. It will be at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Santan Justice Court. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance with some conditions. That means you would be released from custody without having to post a bond. Upon your release from custody, you would be responsible for getting yourself to your next court hearing on October 21st. You would also be prohibited upon release from going back to the scene where the underlying alleged allegation took place. You also could not have contact with alleged victims or witnesses of that allegation. If those orders in combination mean that I'm ordering you not to return to your primary residence, you would be required to find an alternate residence at least until your first hearing on October 21st. If that applied to you, but you needed to go back to that location to retrieve clothing, toiletries, anything that you have there that you might need between now and the 21st, you could do that one time and one time only, but only if you're accompanied by a law enforcement officer. So you could call the non-emergency number to any local police agency, go back to that location one time to retrieve items you have there that you might need. Upon release, you would also be prohibited from possessing any weapons. You could not possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription. And if any orders of protection have been served upon you, or if any are later served upon you, you would be required to strictly comply with the terms of those orders. Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Rust, and do you agree that you will abide by them if you are released without a bond?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork. Mariano Bebbing, if you would work your way into the courtroom, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon. May I have your name and date of birth, please?
Mariano Bebbing, Jr., June 4, 1970.
Thank you, Mr. Bebbing. You are here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against you are one count of dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and one count of driving on a suspended license, which is a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support those allegations, and I have appointed a lawyer to defend you. Your next court hearings will be a status conference October 22nd, and then you will have a preliminary hearing October 24th. They will both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I am inclined to release you on your own recognizance. That means you would be released from custody. You would not be required to post a bond. Upon your release from custody, you would be responsible for getting yourself to both of your next court hearings. You would also be ordered not to possess or consume any drugs without a valid prescription, and you would not be permitted to operate a motor vehicle so long as you don't have a valid driver's license. Do you understand all of those conditions, Mr. Bebbing, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork. Carlos Valencia, if you would please work your way into the courtroom.
Yes.
Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Yes, Carlos Enrique Valencia, 10/09/1997.
Thank you, Mr. Valencia. You are here on an allegation of a new charge. That allegation is one count of driving on a suspended license. It is a Class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support that allegation. Because it's a misdemeanor offense, you're not entitled to a court-appointed lawyer. You still have the right to have legal counsel defend you. It's just if you wish to be represented, you'll have to hire a lawyer at your own expense.
Okay.
Your next court hearing will be an arraignment hearing. It'll be October 22nd at 11 o'clock in the morning, and it will be in the Maryvale Justice Court. I am intending to release you on your own recognizance, so you would get out of custody. That means you would be responsible for getting yourself to your court hearing the 22nd at 11 in Maryvale.
Okay.
And once you're out of custody, you could not operate a motor vehicle so long as your driver's license remains suspended.
Okay,
Do you understand those conditions, Mr. Valencia, and do you agree that you'll abide by them if you're released without a bond?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You can step back and get your paperwork. Okay, number 6 on the calendar, Jeremy Brian LeBlanc, date of birth 6/8/91, is not in the courtroom because he poses a danger to himself. He is here on 2 different matters. The first matter he's here on is an allegation of a new charge. It is one count of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause to support that allegation, and I appointed a lawyer to defend him. His next court hearings on that new allegation will be a status conference October 13th and a preliminary hearing October 16th. They'll both be at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. On that allegation, he has a $25,000 secured appearance bond. The second matter he's here on is a probation violation warrant. A petition to revoke his probation alleges that he has violated terms 3 and 5. I also appointed a lawyer to defend him in that probation case. His next hearing in that matter will be a revocation arraignment October 14th at 8:30. On the probation warrant, he has a $250 secured appearance bond. That makes his total bond $25,250. Last on the calendar, number 1, Anthony Merlina, date of birth 2/19/89, is not in the courtroom because he was unable to function in general population and refusing directives. He is here on allegations of new charges. The allegations against him are one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, and 1 count of prescription drug violations, a Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause to support the paraphernalia and prescription drug allegations, but I did not find probable cause to support the dangerous drug allegation. I appointed a lawyer to defend him. His next court hearings will be a status conference October 16th and then a status conference October 22nd, and then a preliminary hearing October 24th. 22nd, 24th, both at 8:30 in the Superior Court downtown. I do intend to release Mr. Merlino on his own recognizance. If anything changes after I visit these individuals' cell site, the court's final orders regarding their release conditions will be reflected in their written release orders. That concludes the 2 p.m. initial appearance calendar. This court will stand in recess until 5 p.m.
All right.
It's okay. Please be seated. I know I kind of snuck in. Please be seated. Thank you. All right. Join now. Okay. Great. Okay. This is the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar for October 7th, 2025.
Buenas tardes, este es el calendario de comparecencia inicial del 7 de octubre del 2025.
The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of October shall apply to all matters on this calendar.
La orden para toma de muestra de ADN y de huellas dactilares que se dio durante el primer calendario del mes de octubre aplica para todas las causas de este calendario.
As you heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing.
Como ustedes ya escucharon en la grabación, esta audiencia es una audiencia muy específica.
I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed to assist you, when and where your next hearings will be.
Entonces les voy a explicar por qué están aquí, si es que se nombró un abogado para que los represente y cuándo, en dónde serán sus próximas audiencias.
If you are eligible for release, I will explain your release conditions and what bond may be required.
Si ustedes cumplen con los requisitos para que se les deje en libertad, les diré cuáles son las medidas cautelares y también cuál es la fianza que se fijó en su causa.
I will not read all of the release conditions to you That is your responsibility, but I may point out one or two that's specific to your case.
No voy a leerles todas las medidas cautelares, esa es su responsabilidad, leerlas todas. Nada más subrayaré o señalaré una o dos que son de manera particular importantes para su caso.
You're all here today for criminal matters, so you do have the right to remain silent. I will only ask you for your name and your date of birth.
Ustedes están aquí porque tienen casos en materia penal, tienen el derecho a no declarar. Solo les preguntaré su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
We'll begin by calling in people one at a time. The first person will stand here at the podium. The second person will have a seat by the door.
Vamos a llamar una persona a la vez. La primera persona que yo llame se parará detrás del podio y la segunda esperará por donde está la puerta.
For our Spanish speakers who will go first, they will come to the podium and put on a headset.
Para las personas que hablan español, vendrán al podio y se pondrán unos audífonos.
It is helpful to cover one ear while listening to the Spanish interpreter.
Es de mucha ayuda que se cubran uno de los oídos para poder escuchar a la intérprete a través de los audífonos.
Mr. Patricio Ayala Quintero, please come to the podium.
Señor Patricio Ayala Quintero, pase por favor al podio.
Mr. Alejandro Silvestre, have a seat by the door.
Alejandro Silvestre, por favor, tome asiento cerca de la puerta.
And now we'll begin the simultaneous translation. Please say your name and date of birth.
Patricio Ayala Quintero, 17 de marzo de 1996.
Patricio Ayala Quintero, March 17, 1996, assisted by Ofelia Fernandez, Court Interpreter, CATS.
Thank you. You are here for a grand jury warrant. It is alleging that on June 27th, 2024, you were participating in the sale or transportation of dangerous drugs. This is a Class 2 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix at Superior Court. Your hearing will be October 15th at 8:30 in the morning. The grand jury did set a bond for you. It is a secured appearance bond of $15,000.
Pardon the interruption, Your Honor. The interpreter needs clarification. 15,000?
Yes, ma'am. Please do not pay the bond. You are here on a Department of Corrections hold. If you paid the bond before your hearing, you would still not be released. All of this information is on your paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Just right here. Mr. Alejandro Silvestre, please come to the podium.
Señor Alejandro Silvestre, por favor, pase al podio.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Alejandro I Silvestre, 12 de marzo del 2000.
Alejandro I Silvestre, March 12, 2000. Assisted by Ofelia Fernandez, Court Interpreter, CATS.
You're here today on a new case. It was alleged you had narcotic drugs in your possession. That is a Class 4 felony. Also that you had drug paraphernalia in your possession. That is a Class 6 felony. You have an attorney appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix at Superior Court on October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You will be released today under supervised release. You will get paperwork and an envelope with resources to help you get to that hearing. If you do not go to that hearing, they will issue a failing to appear bench warrant for your arrest. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
For our court interpreter, would you please ask the gallery by raising their hand if anyone else requires Spanish language assistance?
Happy to do so, Your Honor. ¿Hay alguien más que necesite la ayuda del intérprete en español? Levante la mano, por favor.
Seeing no response, we thank you for your service to the court this afternoon.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Thank you. We'll now begin with the English language defendants. Again, I'll call one person and then a second person to sit right there in the chair. Mr. Robert Mueller, please come to the podium, and then Janae Wilt, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Robert Mueller, 8/21/86.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. The warrant is alleging that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. Based on the violations in the warrant, this court is finding that you are non-bondable today. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, October 14th at 8:30 in the morning.
All right.
All of this information's on your paperwork. Please have a seat.
All right, thank you.
Janae Wilt, please come to the podium. Jesse Daniels, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Janae Wilt, 13089.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant, and it is a probation violation warrant. So an attorney will be appointed to assist you at your next hearing, which I believe is in Cochise County. That is on October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. Based on the violation of probation, you are not eligible for bond today, so you will remain in custody, be transported to that hearing. The next judge may change these orders.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Jesse Daniels, please come to the podium, and then Serena Rivelas, have a seat by the door.
Good evening, Your Honor. Before we start, I would like to say I think I'm here through an unlawful detainment and unlawful arrest, and the name I gave you is not the name that's on these papers.
Okay. Will you please tell me what your name is?
My name is Jesse Anthony Daniels. My date of birth is 3/31/83.
Okay. Thank you, sir. That is also what I have, is that name and that date of birth.
This is not how I spell my name, and the address is not where I was. It doesn't have my social security number. It doesn't have where I was arrested at, and the address out there, I don't know what that address is. That's never been my physical address or the place I was arrested at.
One moment, sir. So you're claiming that this is not you that the warrant was issued for?
Not the warrant, sir, Your Honor. The person, the reason I was arrested. Like I didn't come self-surrender to these officers this morning.
No, you didn't self-surrender. Right,
Yes.
you were picked up.
Picked up. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. It's an unlawful detainment or arrest. I was threatened. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I don't have a new charge. It doesn't say why I was arrested.
Okay. That's what I'm going to explain to you here right now. All right. So the reason why you had a warrant for your arrest is because you failed to appear to your sentencing hearing, and so they issued a warrant for you. You have an attorney appointed to you in your case. Your next hearing is going to be October 16th at 8:30 in the morning.
Actually, on that case, I don't have an attorney, I'm representing myself on the,
You are right, and so I have appointed one for you.
I don't need it.
So, just in case you change your mind, there's one appointed, you can always not use them.
Okay.
Okay. So your next hearing is October 16th. It's at 8:30 in the morning. You will be transported to that hearing. You will stay in custody until that hearing because you are likely to receive a period of incarceration. So you are being held non-bondable pursuant to Arizona Criminal Rules 7.2C1. And that is because you failed to appear to your sentencing.
I understand that.
If you have questions about the legal process, even if you don't want to use the attorney in your case, you can call their phone number. It will be on your paperwork.
I mean, because I was already granted a motion to not have to self-represent, so I don't understand why I'm being assigned to counsel again.
I'm assigning it to you out of an abundance of caution, and if you have legal questions, at least you have someone to call and talk to.
Can I refuse that? Because I don't want.
You don't have to call them. You don't have to use them.
Okay, because I don't. Yeah. I don't,
but it's a good idea just to have something as backup.
Right, but I don't want.
Well, you don't have to. So
okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. If you're not able to view it because I just did last number, so I printed it that way.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Serena Ravelis, please come to the podium. Kayla Hagestad, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Serena Maria Reveles, 5/15/1998.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today for a grand jury warrant. There's an allegation of conspiracy, which is a Class 2 felony, dangerous drug transportation for sale, which is a Class 2 felony, narcotic drug possession for sale, which is a Class 2 felony, contraband to a prisoner, conveying contraband to a prisoner, also a Class 2 felony, and then illegally conducting an enterprise, which is a Class 3 felony. So the grand jury found probable cause, and you do have an attorney appointed to assist you. Your next hearing for this matter will be downtown Phoenix on October 15th at 8:30 in the morning. The grand jury did issue a bond of $100,000 cash only, but don't pay that bond because you are in DOC, as you know, so you would not be released anyway.
Right.
Okay, this information is on your paperwork, including your new attorney's phone number. Please take that paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Kayla Hagestad, please come to the podium. Avery Perez, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Kayla Hagestad, 12/15/1982.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here on a Superior Court grand jury warrant, and it is alleged that you took contraband into a correctional facility, which is a Class 2 felony, as well as a prisoner making or possessing contraband, which is a Class 2 felony, and dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony. The grand jury did find probable cause, so I've appointed an attorney to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, October 15th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a cash-only appearance bond set at $10,000, but do not pay that bond because you are in a Department of Corrections hold. You would not be released.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All of this information, including your attorney's phone number, is on your paperwork. Please go ahead and take that and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Avery Perez, please come to the podium, and then Renita Shorten, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Avery Sanchez Perez, 10/14/80. How are you doing, Your Honor?
Thank you, sir. Fine. You are here today on a failing to appear bench warrant. You did not attend a pretrial conference on March 4th of 2025. You may have been incarcerated.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I was in Pima County.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you already have an attorney in that case. Your next hearing is going to be October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a $1,000 bond set for you, but do not pay that bond because you would not be released. You
Yes,
understand?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Renita Shorten, please come to the podium. And then after that will be Nathan Comyati. If you'll have a seat by the door, and please stay sitting until I call you. Please say your name and date of birth.
Good evening, Your Honor. My name is Renita Shorten Moses. My date of birth is 6/15/1989.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here for a failing to appear bench warrant from a status conference in February of this year, 2025. There is an attorney appointed to assist you, and your next hearing in this case is October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a bond set at $250 secured appearance bond, but you are also here on a hold. So don't pay that bond, you won't be released, okay?
Yes,
But
ma'am.
all of this information will be on your paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Okay. May I say, I was never released I was extradited when I was released from Maricopa County and sentenced to the time that I'm doing now.
Right.
And I will be released on October 28th of this year. Do I remain in custody until then, or how does that work at this point? Can the bond be?
Those are really good questions for your attorney,
Okay.
but in the event that you become eligible for release, that is why there is a bond set and this record is being established.
Okay, and my court date's on the paper?
It is, yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. How about the attorney's information?
It is also on the paper.
Okay, thank you very much.
Please have a seat. I'll take one moment to review a victim statement that has been submitted. Okay. Before I call number one, which is Nathan Komayati, I will read the victim's rights advisement in case there are any victims who are watching this remote hearing. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Okay, Mr. Nathan Todd Komayati, please come to the podium, and then after him will be Ramiro Perez. Please say your name and date of birth.
Nathan Komayati, 08/27/2007.
Thank you, sir. I believe you have counsel in attendance. Would you like to announce?
Yes, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Larry Kazan appearing on behalf of Nathan Komayati.
Thank you, sir. And for the state?
Power on behalf of the state, Your Honor.
Thank you, ma'am. So I have read through the Form 4 allegations. I have also now reviewed the victim statement that was submitted. Counsel for Mr. Komayati, would you like to make a statement about probable cause?
No, Your Honor, not on probable cause.
Okay, thank you. This court did find probable cause on the allegations of 1 count, conspiracy of burglary, 2nd degree, which is a Class 3 felony, 2 counts, theft of means of transportation, which is a Class 3 felony. Would counsel like to be heard on release conditions?
I would, Your Honor. First of all, Judge, it doesn't appear that from the information that's been provided that Mr. Komayati is a risk to the community or a risk to reoffend. He has no prior criminal record, and as a result, I don't believe that he's a flight risk. He has a stable residence. He lives with his mother. He is a full-time student online at Arizona State University Prep. He's a senior this year. He just turned 18 years old about a week ago, I think, or not too long ago. I might have the date wrong. In terms of the offense, Your Honor, while the value of the property allegedly taken here seems to be substantial, it also seems that the majority, if not all, of the property has been recovered. At least that's what the Form 4 notes. So I would think, given all these circumstances, and Mr. Kamiati's lack of any prior criminal involvement, that a release on his own recognizance would be appropriate.
Thank you, sir. For the state, would you like to add anything to your prior release conditions that were submitted?
Your Honor, for many of the reasons that were just mentioned, the state is not requesting a bond. However, the defendant did commit 3 Class 3 felonies along with a juvenile accomplice, taking a high dollar amount, $27,000 worth of property. The state believes supervision would be appropriate.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, based on the presentations of both counsel and the state, this court is going to allow the release conditions to be supervised release. So your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix at Superior Court on October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You are being released today under supervised release for the various arguments that were presented. However, this court does feel that electronic monitoring is also appropriate. So you will need to be equipped with electronic monitoring prior to departure today. You are also not to return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, complainants, or co-defendants. You are also prohibited from accessing the internet through electronic means except for directly related to your school, if you work, online work, and any pending legal case, but everything else is off limits on the internet. You are not to possess weapons, drugs without a valid prescription, or consume any alcohol. If an order of harassment is issued against you, you must follow that. That is a court order. A copy of this release order with all the conditions will be sent to you, Mr. Kazan. Also, just to let you know, I did read your notice of appearance, and this is not a court of record. We do not have court clerks here, so you will need to file that notice of appearance again prior to that first hearing with the actual court clerk downtown.
Not a problem, Judge.
Okay. Is there anything else on this matter from counsel?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
I don't have anything either, but Nathan, call your mother when you get released so she can come get you. All right?
Okay. Thank you for your attendance here today. You may both be excused. Please have a seat and they'll bring you the paperwork.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Ramiro Perez, please come to the podium. Marco Espinoza, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and your date of birth.
Ramiro Perez Jr., 11/22/1984.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on an out-of-county warrant. It was alleged that you had narcotic drugs in your possession and drug paraphernalia. Cochise County has issued a warrant for your arrest. So an attorney will be appointed for you at the next hearing in Cochise County, and that will be on October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. You do have a bond. It's a $5,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to pay that bond, you will need to get yourself to Cochise County and go to that hearing. If you cannot pay the bond, you will remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and then the next judge may change these orders. All of this information is on your paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Marco Espinoza, please come to the podium. Sherry Reeder, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Marco Espinosa, 1/16/71.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a failing to appear bench warrant. You did not go to your sentencing hearing. So you already have an attorney in your case. Your next hearing will be October 13th, downtown Phoenix. You are eligible for bond. There's a secured appearance bond of $2,500. But you will need to have the same release conditions, which include electronic monitoring, until you go to your sentencing hearing.
Okay.
If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Did you have a question?
No.
Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Sherry Reeder, please come to the podium. Samuel Elaine Wright, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Sherry Lynn Reeder, 4/29/86.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you at your probation revocation arraignment hearing. That will be downtown Phoenix on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond today. It is $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay that bond, call your probation officer and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders.
Okay.
Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Samuel Alain Wright, please come to the podium. And then after that will be Ebony Taylor.
Hi.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Samuel Lee Lainwright, November 5th, 2001.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on 2 probation violation warrants. They are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. You have an attorney appointed to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix. It's a revocation arraignment hearing, October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. On one of your warrants, it's a $500 bond. They are both $500 bonds. So you have a $1,000 secured appearance bond total. If you are able to pay that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours.
Okay.
And go to your hearing. If you cannot pay the bond, you'll remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders.
Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
My apologies, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Revocation hearing, that's a petition to revoke it?
Yes, sir. That was filed, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. Ebony Taylor, please come to the podium. And then Burton Allison, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Ebony Taylor, 3/16/82.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on probation violation warrants. So they are alleging that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you at your probation revocation arraignment hearing. That will be downtown Phoenix Superior Court, October 14th. One of your bonds is $750, the other one is $250. So together that is $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to pay that bond, you need to call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you may not pay that bond, then you'll remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Burton Allison, please come to the podium. Miguel Servin, or Chervin, have a seat by the door.
Hello.
Please say your name and date of birth.
Burton Allison, March 7th, 1977.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case. It's alleged that you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony, and then drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Sir, you're being released today under pretrial services or supervised release. That means you'll get your paperwork as well as an envelope. It will have resources in there to assist you to get to that hearing. If you fail to go to the hearing, they will issue a warrant for your arrest. Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. Miguel Servin, or Chervin, please come to the podium. After that will be Daniel Pilgrim. Please say your name and date of birth.
Miguel Servin, 07/02/1996.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a justice court warrant, and it is a misdemeanor, so this court is not able to appoint an attorney for you. You can hire your own attorney, or you can represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Santan Justice Court on October 21st, 9 a.m. You are being released today on your promise to go to that hearing. So originally, Santan would like to have asked for $680. So they have a warrant out for you for that, okay? I've given you their phone number, their address, and a hearing date. It's up to you to get this taken care of. You may want to call them, set up a payment plan, do something so you don't keep getting picked up. You will be released today. We are not asking for money from you today, okay? Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Daniel Pilgrim, please come to the podium. And then Martin Nolan, have a seat by the door. Okay. Please say your name and date of birth.
Daniel Pilgrim, March 23rd, 1991.
Thank you, sir. You're here also on a municipal court warrant. It is alleging that you need to pay, let's see. It's from Buckeye Municipal Court, and they're saying that you haven't finished your payment for a DUI back in 2023. I see that you are all in orange, though, and I didn't have you on my list of people in DOC. Are you being held?
No, not in DOC. I'm here in Maricopa County.
Okay. Are you being held for something else?
I just got released yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because it's my intention to release you on your promise to go to this hearing out in Buckeye Municipal Court, October 21st.
Okay.
But if you're not free to move on your own, I can put a bond on you so you get transported. Do you need that?
No, they released me yesterday.
Okay. All right. So you are going to be released today on your promise to go to Buckeye and get this taken care of. The hearing date and time is all on your paperwork. It's October 21st, so a few weeks from now. You are not being asked to pay anything at this time, but Buckeye does want you to make payments, so you need to contact them and get this sorted out.
Okay.
Their phone number is also on the paperwork.
Okay.
Okay. Please take your paperwork and
Thank
have a seat. Mr. Martin Nolan, please come to the podium. And I apologize for having you last, sir, but you were late added to my calendar. So please say your name and date of birth.
Martin Christopher Nolan, August 28, 1984.
Thank you, sir. You're here on a new case. There's 2 counts of alleged burglary in the 3rd degree unlawful entry. That's a Class 4 felony. Also, 1 count of taking the identity of another, which is a Class 4 felony. 1 count of theft with credit cards, which is a Class 5 felony, and then 1 count of having burglary tools in your possession, which is a Class 6 felony. Based on the law enforcement report, this court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. The state asked for a cash $25,000 bond. This court feels that a secured bond would be more appropriate, so $25,000 secured appearance bond is set for you today. If you're able to make that bond, do not return to the scene of the alleged crime or have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. Make sure you go to your hearing or they will issue another warrant for your arrest. If you are not able to make that bond, you will remain in custody. They'll transport you to your hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Okay, please take your paperwork and follow the officer's directions. This was the last matter on our calendar, and so at this time, the 5 p.m. initial appearance calendar is in recess until 8 p.m. Please be seated.
So I have 5 police.
evening. This is the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar for October 7th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of October shall apply to all matters on this calendar. As you just heard in the recording, this is a very specific type of hearing. I will tell you why you are here, if an attorney has been appointed to you, when and where your next hearing will be, if you are eligible for release, what your release conditions may be, and what your bond may be. I will not read all the release conditions to you. That is your responsibility to review those. But if there's something specific about your matter, I will try to point that out to you. These are all criminal matters, so you all have the right to remain silent. The only thing I will ask from you is your name and your date of birth. These hearings are both broadcast as well as recorded, so anything else you say may be held against you in the future. I will call you in one at a time. The first person will come and stand here at the podium. It's in the center of the room. The second person's name, please have a seat in that chair by the door. Mr. Andres Estrada, please come to the podium, and then Darren Brady, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Andres Estrada, 12/24/1993.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on two matters. The first one is a new case. It was alleged that you committed one count, theft of means of transportation, which is a Class 3 felony. Another count of theft of means of transportation, they are slightly different, also a Class 3 felony. And then one count paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony, and one count of criminal damage, that's a misdemeanor. Based on the law enforcement's report, this court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond in your new case, and it is set at $25,000 secured appearance bond. If you're able to make that bond, you're not to have any contact with the alleged victim, witnesses, or complainants. And then the same things as you normally have for probation, no weapons, no drugs without a prescription. You would also need to contact your probation officer within 72 hours. The other matter here is a probation violation. Your new allegations trigger a Term 1 violation of your probation conditions. And so a new case has been started for you. It's a probation revocation arraignment hearing. An attorney will be appointed to assist you at that. And that's October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. It has the same release conditions. It is a $50 secured appearance bond. So $2,550 total. If you are able to make that bond, or excuse me, let me make sure I said that right. $25,050. So there's a zero in between. If you are able to make that bond, make sure you call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearings. If you're not able to make the bond, you will be held in custody, transported to your hearings, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Darren Brady, please come to the podium, and Jerica Spencer, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Darren Brady, August 10, 1985.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for two matters. The first one is a new case. It is alleged that you had dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is October 13th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a secured appearance bond set in your new case at $100. If you make that bond, please call your probation officer and attend your hearing in your new case. You do have a probation case as well. There is a probation violation warrant for you, and the allegations include that you violated Term 6, 7, 11, and 21. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you in that matter. Your next hearing is a probation revocation arraignment hearing, October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. The county recommended, and this court did find it reasonable, for a secured appearance bond on that matter at $25,000. If you are able to make that bond, please call your probation officer when you are released and go to your hearings. If you are not able to make the bond, you will remain in custody, be transported to your hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, sir. Jerica Spencer, please come to the podium. Martin Estrada, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jerica Spencer, 9/23/87.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 3 matters. It looks like they are probation violation warrants. They are alleging that you violated terms 6, 7, 15, and 22 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you. Your next hearing is downtown Phoenix on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You do have secured appearance bond set in all 3 of these matters. So let me count it up. Altogether, it's $1,750 total of all 3 bonds. If you are able to pay that secured appearance bond, then call your probation officer and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Martin Estrada, please come to the podium. Jackson Seacrest, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Martin Estrada, 1/24/96.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. An attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You do have bond available to you today at $1,000 secured appearance bond. If you are able to make that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Jackson Seacrest, please come to the podium. Marcus Ortiz, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Jackson Seacrest, 10/20/2006.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a new justice court case. It's alleged that you were driving recklessly, which is a misdemeanor. An attorney will be appointed for you at the next hearing, which is at the San Marcos Justice Court. It'll be on October 10th at 10 a.m. There is a secured appearance bond available for you at $500. If you're able to pay that bond, make sure you go to the hearing and get this taken care of, or they will issue a warrant for your arrest. Okay, I've included their phone number for you on this paperwork as well, so that if you are released, you can call ahead and be prepared. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Marcus Ortiz, please come to the podium. Michael Cruz, have a seat by the door. Is there a Marcus Ortiz? He's wearing a black shirt. Okay.
Hi,
Please say your name and date of birth.
Marcus Ortiz, 4686.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a probation violation warrant. It was alleged that you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you at your probation revocation arraignment hearing downtown Phoenix on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond today. It is a secured appearance bond of $250. If you're able to pay that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. If you're not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Michael Cruz, please come to the podium. Joseph Britton, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Michael Cruz, 1/22/1977.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a justice court warrant. It was alleged you were driving on a suspended, canceled, or revoked license. That's a misdemeanor. An attorney has been appointed for you at the next hearing in the matter of bond. Your hearing is at the El Centro Justice Court on October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. There is a secured appearance bond set for you at $250. If you are able to make that bond, go to your hearing and get this taken care of. If you are not able to pay the bond, you will remain in custody and be transported to the hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Joseph Britton, please come to the podium. Braden Twitchell, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Joseph Glenn Britton, 11/17/2001.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a probation violation warrant. It was alleged that you violated terms 3, 4, and 5 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you at your probation revocation arraignment hearing downtown Phoenix on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond today. It is a secured appearance bond of $150. If you are able to make that bond, call your probation officer within 72 hours and go to your hearing. The no contact orders with animals is still in place. If you are not able to make that bond, then you will remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Over here.
It's on that way. Thank you, sir. Braden Twitchell, please come to the podium. Rena Partlow, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Braden Twitchell, 10/19/2000.
Thank you, sir. You're here today for a probation violation warrant. It's alleged you violated terms 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. So an attorney has been appointed to assist you, and your next hearing is downtown Phoenix, October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. You are eligible for bond. It is a secured appearance bond of $100. If you are able to make that bond, call your probation officer and go to the hearing. If you're not able to make the bond, you'll remain in custody and be transported to the hearing. The next judge may change these orders. Please take your paperwork and have a seat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Raina Partlow, please come to the podium. Anthony Alvarado, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Rena Partlow, 10/27/1980.
Thank you, ma'am. You're here today on 3 matters. The first one is a new court case. It is alleging dangerous drugs in your possession, which is a Class 4 felony, as well as drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 6 felony. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix, and it will be on October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You are going to be released today on your promise to go to that hearing and under the supervision of your assigned probation officer. So make sure to call them within 72 hours of your release today. Your other 2 matters are both Term 1 probation violation warrants. So what happens is, because of the new allegations, now there is a petition there is a probation revocation arraignment hearing going to take place. So they're going to review your probation. That will be on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning as well. And you will be in 2 different courtrooms. So it's very important, your new charges are not until October 22nd. So you have 2 court dates, October 14th and October 22nd. Those will be on your paperwork. You have attorneys for both. But the most important thing is, once you're released here today, call your probation officer and let them know, and then go to both of those hearings. Okay, the information is on your paperwork. Please take that and have a seat. Thank you, ma'am. Anthony Alvarado, please come to the podium. Corey Phillips, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Anthony Alvarado, 11771.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case alleging drug paraphernalia, which is a Class 4 felony, and then dangerous drug possession, which is a Class 6 felony. I think they might have got those confused. If you end up getting charged with these at your hearing, they will have it sorted out. An attorney has been appointed to assist you. You are going to be released today under supervised release, but you do have a hearing coming up. It is going to be downtown Phoenix, October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. Make sure you go to your hearing, because if they press charges, you need to be there or they'll issue a failing to appear bench warrant for you. Okay. So all this information is on your paperwork. Please make sure you review it and that you go to your hearing.
I will.
Please take a seat.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Do we have someone with an attorney or something?
No, the LDE Spanish.
Oh, perfect. Okay. All right. Mr. Corey Phillips, please come to the podium. Adrian Candelaria, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Corey Dwayne Phillips, March 12, 1984.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a new case alleging dangerous drug possession as a Class 4 felony. This court did find probable cause and has appointed an attorney to assist you. Your next hearing will be downtown Phoenix on October 22nd at 8:30 in the morning. You're being released today under supervised release. So that means you'll get your paperwork in an envelope, and it will have resources in there to assist you to make sure you get to that hearing. If you don't go to the hearing, they will issue a warrant for your arrest. All of this information is in your paperwork. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Adrian Candelaria, please come to the podium. Xavier Tanner, have a seat by the door. Please say your name and date of birth.
Adrian Candelaria, 12/10/1991.
Thank you, sir. You're here for a new municipal court case. It's alleged that you were driving on a suspended or revoked or canceled license and resisting arrest. This is an old case, though, and so this is a, let's see. Oh, okay. All right, so this case is all misdemeanors, so an attorney cannot be appointed to assist you, but you can hire one yourself or you can represent yourself. Your next hearing will be at the Goodyear Municipal Court on October 22nd at 1 p.m. I have included their phone number for you on this paperwork as well. You are being released today on your promise to go to this hearing and get this taken care of. If you do not, they will issue a warrant for your arrest. Please take your paperwork and have a seat. Xavier Tanner, please come to the podium, and then Albert Loera, have a seat by the door. Hello. Please say your name and date of birth.
Xavier Tanner, date of birth is 8/8/96.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on two allegations, shoplifting and then driving with a suspended or canceled license. They're both misdemeanors, so this court cannot appoint an attorney for you. However, you can hire one or represent yourself. Your next hearing is at the Goodyear Municipal Court on October 22nd at 1 p.m. You're being released today on your promise to go to that hearing. I've also included their phone number for you so you can call ahead and be prepared to take care of this matter. If you do not go to that hearing, they will issue a warrant for your arrest.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. Albert Loera, please come to the podium. And then Jose Flores Grajeda, have a seat in the chair. Okay. Please say your name and date of birth.
Albert Loera, 8/25/71.
Thank you, sir. You're here today on a municipal court warrant. There's allegations of, let's see, shoplifting with concealment and then not promising or not appearing as promised. So this is out of the Buckeye Municipal Court, and this has happened after you've already been there. So basically it's a failing to pay warrant, I believe.
Okay.
So you can hire your own attorney or represent yourself, but this court cannot appoint counsel for you. You have a hearing coming up in Buckeye on October 21st at 2 p.m.
Okay.
You are being released today on your promise to go to that hearing and get this taken care of. I've included their phone number for you so you can call ahead and maybe make arrangements for a payment plan or whatever needs to happen.
Okay.
If you don't go, they will issue another warrant for your arrest.
So I can make a payment plan?
You gotta do that with Buckeye. Yeah, you gotta do that with Buckeye.
Okay.
Okay, please take your paperwork and have a seat. Yep. All right, Mr. Flores Grajeda, please come to the podium. We have almost.
Good evening, yes.
Okay. Un momento, por favor.
Yeah, that's fine.
Every day, every time.
Good evening. Do we have an interpreter on the line?
Hi, good evening. Yes, this is Luis, ID number 212400. I'm ready.
Thank you. My name is Commissioner Gentry. This is the initial appearance court. Would you be able to swear or affirm that you will directly translate my words from English to Spanish and the defendant's words from Spanish to English directly as we say them?
I swear.
Thank you. Okay. So we can begin. As the interpreter speaks, please wait for them to finish before you answer.
Cuando esté hablando el intérprete, por favor, espere que el intérprete termine antes de...
Okay. Please say your name and date of birth.
27.
Okay, Mr. Reese, we're ready. We can't hear you though. Please say your name and date of birth.
One moment, Commissioner. We're just having a little bit of audio problem.
Oh, we'll give them another minute. Mr. Ruiz, are you still with us?
I think I understand his English, so I can do it with no translation.
Okay, Commissioner, I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Thank you. Okay, so we'll begin again. Please say your name and date of birth.
Por favor, diga su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento.
27 de marzo del 2001. José Ángel Flores Grajeda.
José Ángel Flores Grajeda, March 27, 2001.
You are here on a new justice court case.
Usted está aquí en un caso de justicia del Tribunal Nuevo.
It was alleged that you were exceeding the posted speed by more than 20 miles per hour.
Se ha dicho que usted estaba excedido de la velocidad por más de 20 millas de la milla de velocidad que estaba indicada.
An attorney will be appointed for you at your next hearing in the matter of bail.
Un abogado se le asignará en su próxima audiencia con relación al asunto de fianza.
Your next hearing is at the San Marcos Justice Court on October 10th at 10 a.m.
Su próxima audiencia es en la Tribunal de la Justicia de San Marcos el día octubre 10 a las 10 a.m.
You are eligible for bond. It is a secured appearance bond of $250.
Usted está elegible para fianza. Es una fianza asegurada de $250.
If you are able to pay the bond, be sure you go to your hearing. I have also included the phone number for San Marcos Justice Court.
Si usted puede pagar la fianza, asegúrese de ir a la agencia en la Tribunal de Justicia de San Marcos.
If you cannot pay the bond, you will remain in custody, be transported to the hearing, and the next judge may change these orders.
Si no puede pagar la fianza, permanecerá en custodia, se le hará llevado a la audiencia y en ese entonces el juez puede cambiar estas órdenes.
Okay. All of this information is on your paperwork.
Toda esta información está por escrito en los papeles.
Please take your paperwork and follow the officer's directions.
Thank you so much.
Tome sus papeles y siga las direcciones del oficial.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Ruiz. That was our last person for this evening. We appreciate your service to the court.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you for your services. Goodbye.
As this was our last matter on the 8 p.m. initial appearance calendar, this calendar is now in recess until 11 p.m.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening. This is the time set for the 11 p.m. initial appearance calendar on October 7th, 2025. Court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will call you each one at a time to the podium. I will let you know what you are here for, if I have appointed an attorney, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. I also want to go over our victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have the rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant or the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court makes a decision on release, negotiation of scheduling and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a person who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with the written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. We are going to start with Mr. Oscar Montes to the podium and Brienne, Auditor, to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Hello, Miss. My name is Oscar Bernardo Montes, Jr.
And your date of birth, sir?
7/13/1999.
Thank you. It does look like you are here today on a probation violation warrant that was issued for you on October 7th, 2025, with allegations that you violated terms 2, 3, 5, and 15 of your probation. I am appointing an attorney to represent you in this case and setting a probation revocation hearing on October 14th at 8:30. You are being held non-bondable on this case, so you will be held in custody until at least your hearing on October 14th at 8:30. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Why am I not getting a bond?
So the judge who issued this is holding you non-bondable based on the violations that you have allegedly violated. So when I set that hearing for the probation revocation, they may be able to finalize the disposition that day. You may find out whether or not you will be sentenced or placed back on probation, but you will be held in custody until that hearing, which is October 14th.
So yesterday I see my surveillance officer and she knocked on my girlfriend's door because I was in the transition of moving from my grandmother's to my girlfriend's, and so there's a whole situation with my grandmother where she, my uncle, he sold his house because he got divorced or whatever, and he ended up moving back to my grandmother's, so that's why he moved with his 3 kids and everything. It's a small house, so that's why I ended up moving. But I stayed in contact with my probation officer. I reported and everything. I have testimonial with my surveillance officer that she did come last night and she did verify it. If you wouldn't have came out word for word, I have my girlfriend's. She can be testified too. My surveillance officer did tell me that if I wouldn't have came out right then and there when she knocked on the door, that she was going to order a warrant for my arrest. But she didn't say that I did have a warrant for my arrest, because if that was the case, she would have arrested me right then and there. And she had me sign a paperwork saying to go into office day the next day to go see them, because I didn't have an office day yet till the next day, which is scheduled for the 7th.
So the warrant issued today on the 7th, so that may be why she didn't arrest you yesterday when she saw you. The warrant wasn't issued by the court until today. All the things that you're providing here today are really relevant for your next hearing. When you talk to your attorney, let them know that you may have witnesses that you want to be heard regarding the issues on this case. They can go over the exact allegations and determine whether or not that's necessary, but we won't be hearing from any witnesses on today's calendar, but that is appropriate for your October 14th hearing, okay?
And another reason why is it's kind of upsetting and this, it's really concerning to me is because I just got a new position in a new employment company, and the thing is that I'm getting a good amount of pay. I just got onto a really good big contracting company, and I just really don't want to miss any days. and I just look forward to growing with that company, and also abiding by my conditions with probation. And I hope you guys can understand that I'm really taking this seriously, maybe misunderstanding with my, moving situation, but as far as communicating with my probation officer on everything that I'm doing, my domestic violence classes, that's one thing that she communicated with me and told me that that's all I need to do, because that's the only thing holding me back from finishing my probation. I just got off of probation for my last case for 2019. I believe I've been successful. I believe I've been making progress. I feel like I should be given a chance to at least get a bond,
So unfortunately, the warrant was already issued non-bondable, so you will be held non-bondable today. However, again, that may change at your next hearing on October 14th, but that is the time set to determine whether or not you'll be released is on October 14th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
If you'll take a step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork. Counsel, I see that you have joined us on Teams. Do you mind muting your microphone? Your client is at the end of our calendar.
It's muted now.
Can I have Mr. Auditor to the podium and Mr. Burns to the chair?
Morning, Your Honor.
Can I get your name and date of birth?
Brian Frederick Auditor, 11/27/1988.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 4 cases. It does look like they are all probation violation warrants. Well, actually, there's 1 direct complaint that was filed, and then 3 probation violation cases.
Okay, so there's only 3 probations, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
So the direct complaint is for some new charges with the offense date of May 2nd, 2025. It is for 2 counts of aggravated DUI, a class 4 felony. In that case, I am appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 16th at 8:30. And then because you're on probation in 3 cases and you have a new charge for a new offense, it is a term 1 violation in each of your probation cases. So I am appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. On your new charges, the aggravated DUI charge, you do have a secured appearance bond in that case of $10,000. And then in each of your probation cases, it's $500. So you have a bond of $11,500 on the new charges and your probation case. In the event you do post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services, and you will undergo alcohol drug testing and monitoring. You will also have written conditions of release you need to comply with. You may not consume alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this information is in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yes, first of all, what are the court dates you said again, the 13th and when?
You have a hearing on the 13th, the 14th, and the 16th. So the 13th and the 16th relate to the new charges. The 14th relates to your probation revocation.
Okay. Now, the second thing I'd like to address, Your Honor, is my bond conditions and everything. I know you said I had a $10,000 bond on the new case for the DUI. I didn't even know there was a new case on it. I was just told the violations. This is the first I'm hearing about a new case and all this. Is there any way to get my bond reduced to something that's applicable to be paid? I mean, there's no way I can pay $11,500, and I thought by law it had to be something that was reasonable to be paid.
So based on the information that was presented to the judge that reviewed the direct complaint related to the aggravated DUIs, and based on your criminal history and the allegations in that, along with the amount of failure to appears you have on your previous cases, the judge did feel like it was appropriate to set that bond. So I am affirming that bond. When you meet with your attorney on the 13th, if they feel like it's appropriate at that time to request a petition to modify those release conditions, they may do so. But the judge who heard this case has set your bond at the $10,000. And so if you don't post that bond, you'll remain in custody, and then they will transport you for those hearings.
So one last question. I know you said that my probation cases were first, and then I had the 16th was for the new case, correct?
So you have the 13th on your new case and the 16th on your new case.
Okay.
And then in between that is your probation case on the 14th.
So I should be able to get, I'm just making sure that if I can get the new case taken care of before I go to the probation court date, because sometimes they mess it up and they put you the probation court date first, and then you have to sit in there and do the new case and then go back to the probation court date.
You will see the judge on your new charges before you see the probation revocation judge on the 14th. It will be the day before, so you will have some information on what's going on with that case before you see the probation revocation judge.
Wow. Okay.
If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. And you know what? We need to reprint number 22. I just appointed counsel and it wasn't listed in there. Okay. Mr. Burns to the podium. Mr. Carlisle to the chair.
Hello, Your Honor.
May I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Richard Allen Burns, 10/25/1964.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for one count of organized retail theft, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have, are you having some hard time hearing?
Well, I got a busted right eardrum.
Okay, would you like some headphones?
No, I can hear you.
You can hear me okay? All right. You're going to have a couple of hearings. You have a hearing October 13th at 8:30 and October 16th at 8:30. In this case, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. In the event you post that bond, you do have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and you may not possess any weapons. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I just want you to know, Your Honor, I got my own apartment. I just signed the lease and everything. I have my own apartment. I have my own vehicle, and I was wanting to know if I can get OR'd. I will appear in court. I just don't. My mother and father passed away, so I don't have no money to post a $5,000 bond. But if you will OR me, I will come to court, Your Honor. Like I said, 2025 West Indian School Road. I just signed my lease over a month ago. It's for a year. That's where my apartment's at, and I got my vehicle to get me back and forth to work.
And I do appreciate that, sir. I did
can't.
review the allegations along with your criminal history. I do show that you have 12 prior felonies, some including retail theft, along with 7 prior failures to appear. So I do have some concerns regarding your ability and willingness to appear at hearings based on your previous history, along with the fact that you have been convicted previously related to retail theft. And here you are again with some very similar allegations. The state is requesting a $35,000 bond. I have set it at $5,000, but I'm not willing to go any lower than that today. I have appointed an attorney to represent you. You'll meet with that attorney on October 13th, and if they feel like it's appropriate to make a motion to the court, they may do so at that time. But for today, you do have a bond of $5,000. If bond is not posted, you will remain in custody, and they will transport you to that hearing on October 13th. If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Carlisle to the podium. Mr. Goodman to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Sean Carlisle, 6/29/83.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It's for an offense date of June 11th, 2025, for one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you in this case and setting a status conference October 13th at 8:30. A preliminary hearing October 16th at 8:30. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not possess weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I also have court on the 21st. That has nothing to do with this, right?
Are you telling me you have a hearing October 21st, or are you asking me?
No, I'm telling you.
Okay. So it does look like you have another open case with felony charges related to drug paraphernalia as well and narcotic drugs.
Yeah.
It does look like your next hearing is October 21st there. If you have a bond in that case, this would be in addition to that. So if you were to just post bond on one case, you still wouldn't be released. You need to post it on both. If you're currently in custody on that case, they'll transport you to that hearing as well if you haven't posted bond.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Mr. Goodman to the podium. Mr. Gonzalez to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Stephen Reed Goodman, 9/22/92.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 5 cases. The first one is for new charges, and then you're also here on 4 probation violation warrants that were issued. Your new charges are for 1 count of narcotic drug possession and 1 count of dangerous drug possession, both Class 4 felonies, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have a status conference October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 16th at 8:30. I mentioned you're here on 4 probation cases with allegations that you violated terms 3, 4, 5, and 15. I'm appointing an attorney in that case as well, or excuse me, all 4 of your probation cases, and you have a probation revocation hearing on October 14th at 8:30. On your new charges, you do have a bond of $5,000. On your probation cases, you've got a couple of different bonds. You've got a $1,500 bond in one case, $500 bond in another, $250 in the third, and $100 in the fourth. So let me just go over your total. I believe it's $8,750, but I just want to double check that I have all of the bonds listed in here. I'll give you that total here in just a moment. In the event your bond is posted, you do have written conditions of release. You may not possess any drugs or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. Excuse me, you're on intensive probation, so you have 24 hours to contact your probation officer. And it looks like your bond, let me just double check that I have everything. Looks like your total bond is $7,350. So again, if you do post that, you need to get yourself to those hearings, contact your probation officer within 24 hours. Otherwise, you'll remain in custody and they'll transport you to those hearings. Any questions, sir? Okay, take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Gonzalez to the podium. Ms. Norris to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Emilio Luis Gonzalez, 11/7/88.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It does have an offense date of July 8th, 2025 for 1 count of shoplifting, removal of goods, a Class 4 felony. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a status conference October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 16th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness, and it does look like you are on probation, so you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions? Okay, you'll take a step to your left. The officer will get you that paperwork. Ms. Norris to the podium. Mr. Brown to the chair. May I get your name and date of birth?
Sam Norris, 9898.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on 3 cases. You're here for 2 probation violation warrants as well as some new charges. On your probation violation warrants, they've alleged you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I am appointing an attorney to represent you and setting a probation revocation hearing October 14th at 8:30. And you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250 in each of those cases for a total of $500. On your new charges, you're here for 1 count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. For purposes of today's hearing only, I am not finding probable cause. That does not mean the charges are dismissed. They may test the substance that was located and move forward with the charges. And so I am going to appoint an attorney and give you a couple of hearing dates you need to attend. If you do fail to appear at either of these hearings, a warrant will issue and you will be held on bond at your next hearing. Those hearings are going to be October 22nd and October 24th at 8:30. So between your 3 cases, you do have 3 hearings coming up, with your probation revocation hearing being your first one on October 14th. You have a bond of $500. If you post that bond, you will be released, and you need to contact your probation officer. If bond is not posted, you'll remain in custody, and they'll transport you to those hearings. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, take a step to your left, ma'am, and they'll get you that paperwork. Mr. Brown to the podium. Mr. Rubio to the chair. Let me get your name and date of birth.
Darren Brown, December 13th, 2002.
Thank you, sir. I do note in here that you've been in custody since September 29th, 2025. Is that correct?
27th I got locked up in Chandler, and they brought me here.
Okay, and are you currently serving time, or have you been released from custody outside
I'm
of what you're
serving
here
time.
for today? You're serving time. What's your release date?
November 8th. Well, I went to court on the 26th, and they gave me 45 days plus 6 days counted, so I had like 39 days to go.
Okay, so you're going to be here at least until the beginning of November?
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're here for today is a direct complaint that was filed. It has an offense date of July 24th, 2025. It's for one count of dangerous drug possession, class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a class 6 felony. I'm going to appoint an attorney and give you a couple of hearing dates. You will have a status conference October 13th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing October 16th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100, but because you're currently serving time, even if you were to post that, you wouldn't be released because you have to finish your other sentence. So I don't recommend posting it. You may want to wait until you talk to your attorney on October 13th. Let them know that you're here serving time. That way, they will ensure that you get transported for all of these hearings, as well as getting credit for any time served on both cases. But if you were to post that bond, you wouldn't get credit for time served, and then you may have transportation issues. So just hang tight on that since you're serving time, and talk to your attorney on October 13th, okay? Any questions?
Yeah, what was the complaint filed at?
Say that one more time.
What was the complaint filed at?
It was filed today in the Superior Court. It's an offense date, though, of July 24th, 2025. Was it from a couple of months ago.
Was it in Mesa or?
Let me see if I can I don't think I have access to that information. The document has not been uploaded yet to tell me where they're alleging that the crime took place. Let me see if they have anything in here. Unfortunately, because it's such a new case, it's not showing me where the alleged crime took place. That document should be there by the time you get to court on October 13th, and then your attorney will have access to it along with the judge. There's one note in here. It may have been Chandler. It says there's a department report from Chandler Police Department, but that's the only thing I can see, so that may not be 100% accurate because the form I need hasn't been uploaded yet, okay?
Okay.
All right, if you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. Mr. Rubio to the podium, Ms. Tellez to the chair.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Sabino Gonzalez Rubio III, 10/27/61.
Thank you, sir. And do I have victims on the line for this case?
Yes.
And may I get your name, sir?
My name's Alfredo Rubio. I'm his brother.
Thank you, Mr. Rubio. And are there any other victims that intend to speak while we're in court here this evening?
Sylvia Garcia.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. And will it just be the two of you?
Yes.
All right, I appreciate that, Alfredo Rubio. All right, we are here today on a new case, and it is for 3 counts of disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor. Before we move forward, I do want to hear from the victims. They have taken the time to be here with us this evening. So, Alfredo Rubio, would you please let the court know what you want me to hear today?
Okay. My brother, he has a very bad drug habit, a meth problem, and he's been getting more hostile as time goes by, and he's always threatening me. And this time, I didn't take the threat too lightly because he showed me a weapon at one point, and he told me he was going to kill me. So I didn't take it today. I had to take it. I had to call the Almaraz PD because I don't know what possibilities are there because it's not the first time he's been hostile towards me or towards Sylvia. And to the family here. I mean, it's just getting ridiculous, and he needs help or something because, I mean, I love him, but I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I mean, I kind of hate myself for calling the cops on him, but you know what? I mean, there's a point that it happened where, you know, I don't want anybody to die because or be killed because I didn't take action or anything. That he needs help. I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Rubio. And Ms. Garcia, would you like to provide the court with some information?
Yes, I would. I love Sabino Rubio. He's my brother. I love him very, very much. But I guess we just have differences, you know, where he says stuff to me, we verbally kind of like say stuff to each other, and then we just, you know, go our separate ways. But you know, he just kind of being more. I feel like just being bullied a little bit because he just gets upset really easy with me. And I have stage 4 cancer. I just do radiation and chemo and not have problems. But I do love him a lot. He is my brother.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. And today's hearing is very limited. What we're determining today is whether or not Mr. Sabino Rubio will be released without a bond or with a bond, and what those release conditions are, and whether or not he can return to his home, and or whether or not he can have any contact with any of the alleged victims. So before I make that decision, Mr. Alfredo Rubio, do you reside with Mr. Sabino Rubio?
Yes. Yes, I do. But like on the first of the month, I kind of take off because that's when he starts. He buys his drugs. He spends his whole check on meth, and then he, you know, I don't know what he's capable of. I mean, I've had the officers called over here a few times, and I mean, he gets very hostile. It's getting ridiculous. And you know, I fear for her, for Sylvia, and I fear for myself and for my sister and my other brother. That's you. He just gets very, very. He starts bullying everybody. I mean, something has to happen. It's either he's going to get help, or we're going to end up like victims of something more serious. I can't do that. I can't take that chance, that risk.
Thank you, sir. And Ms. Garcia, does that go for you as well? You also reside with Sabino Rubio?
I do reside with him.
Okay. And did the alleged allegations take place at your guys' current home?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right, sir. So I have reviewed I've reviewed your criminal history as well, and what I'm going to do here today is I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you in this case. You are going to have a hearing in the El Miraz Municipal Court. It's an arraignment hearing, and that will be on October 13th at 10 a.m. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event you do post that bond, you will have written conditions of release you'll need to comply with. It does include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. As I just heard from the alleged victims in this case, that you guys all reside together, and you can't return there while these orders are in place.
I don't know what he's talking about. None of that happened.
Do you reside with them?
I live with them.
Okay.
And I pay the bills. We inherited the house.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, even if you're the owner or the renter of the home, because you have these, hold on.
Fabricated.
You are going to have, you're not going to be able to return to that location.
I understand.
You can contact law enforcement for one civil standby if you need to collect any personal belongings.
I understand.
But you cannot go to that house without law enforcement being with you. If you were to do that, you could face a felony charge for violating these no contact orders, okay?
There's a separate structure that I stay at, where the police went, and that was totally unexpected. And I don't know what he's talking about. He's always asking me to go get him drugs.
Okay.
But eventually, I know this is not a trial, but it was all a surprise to me. This is all, I mean, I love my brother and Sylvia, and it's just a sibling thing, you know?
I understand. I've appointed an attorney to represent you. Okay. You are going to have that hearing on October 13th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
Again, make sure you comply with these orders until another court changes them. Again, you cannot return to that residence. Okay. You can contact law enforcement. You can collect your belongings, but only with law enforcement with you. Do not go back to that house. You would be violating this no contact order, okay? Mr. Alfredo Rubio, do you have anything you'd like to say before we conclude this hearing?
I really hope he gets some help, because I haven't used drugs. I'm not a drug user. I have ever had for drug use, and I'm just trying to look out for him, because I mean, the stuff is getting to his mentally and stuff, and I can't live here, and we none of us can live here without him being hostile, bullying us all the time when he runs out of drugs. And I mean, it's just getting worse and worse. Today was the last straw, and I couldn't take it no more. I mean, I took off for a week because it started last week when he started bullying Sylvia. So instead of me hostile with him or anything, I took the road to leave. So I left for a week. When I came back today, it was the same thing. And so it just didn't change. He wanted to kill me.
Thank you. And Ms. Garcia, was there anything else you would like to say?
No, not really. I didn't want this to happen. But being upset with each other, I just want the best for everybody. And I just have to pray and give it to God. That's it. I want to be honest. That's what I want.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia. I do appreciate both of you being here today. And Mr. Sabino Rubio, you will get a copy of those orders here when you step to the left, and I wish you the best. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the rest of you can stay on the line, or you may disconnect at your convenience. And can I have Ms. Tellez to the podium? And Ms. Miller to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Cynthia Renee Tellez, September 9th, 1992.
Thank you, ma'am. Are you currently in custody on anything other than what you're before me?
I believe it's just for the same charge that you're about to tell me right now.
Okay. What you have before me is a warrant from the White Tank Justice Court. It relates to failing to comply or failing to pay some fees for a criminal damage charge in 2023.
$20 or $35, something like that.
I'm not sure what the balance is because it doesn't tell me that. It says you have a bond of $80, but I want to make sure that you're not being held on anything else. You're not serving time for anything else.
Oh yes, I'm already sentenced.
And what day do you anticipate being released?
I have no idea. On the 30th
of October?
Yeah, of my 5-year anniversary of my motorcycle accident. Yes.
Okay, so you're going to be here until October 30th. Regardless of this case?
Yes.
Okay. So then I'm going to need to change my orders because otherwise you'll miss the hearing if you're still here in custody. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put what we call a placeholder bond. It's a $50 bond. That ensures that you get transported for the hearings in this case because you are going to have a hearing in the White Tank Justice Court.
Okay.
That hearing will be on October 10th at 8:30. You may be able to resolve this case before you even are set to be
October
released.
10th?
Yes.
Oh man, food stamp day. I'm just kidding. Right, yeah. All right, that's fine.
So I'm going to appoint an attorney for this hearing. I'm going to set the hearing on October 10th. Again, it's for failing to pay some fines there. You'll have a $50 bond. If you haven't resolved the case with White Tank Justice Court by the time you're released on October 30th, then you would just need to post a $50 bond in order to be released, but you may be able to resolve it at the October 10th hearing.
Yeah, I thought I paid them off after I had also did the domestic violence classes and the anger management classes that they had required me to do. I'm pretty sure I did pay it off, but we'll find out on the 10th though.
Yeah, they'll know right now. Like I said, they have a bond set for you of $80. That may be your total balance that they believe you owe, but you can definitely get that exact number figured out when you go to that hearing on October 10th, and
All
then
right.
you'll know how to proceed. I am going to update my orders to reflect those things. Okay, we're going to need to reprint this, so if you'll take a seat in the gallery, they'll bring that paperwork out.
All right, thank you very much. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to take a quick recess to handle a couple of warrants, and then I will continue our calendar. It'll be just one moment. All right, if I could have Ms. Miller to the podium and Mr. Hernandez-Castro to the chair. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Selena Miller, 5/13/85.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint. It does have an offense date of January 31st, 2025. It is for 3 counts of DUI. One is because a passenger was under the age of 15. The other one is because you had a BAC of .08 or more with a passenger under 15. And the third one is your BAC was .15 or more with a passenger under the age 15. Those are all Class 6 felonies. I'm appointing an attorney to represent you in this case. You're going to have a status conference October 22nd at 8:30, a preliminary hearing October 24th at 8:30. All of that will be in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise. I'll give you an opportunity to speak in just a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
That is your promise to appear at those
Yes.
hearings. You do have written conditions of release. You may not possess or consume alcohol. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Then you'll need to ensure you attend all of these hearings. If you were to fail to appear, a warrant would issue, and then you would be held on bond on your next hearing. Did you have any questions?
Yes, I do. So I already had court on July 14th for my DUI, and I was already convicted. And they told me that I have my license was suspended as of August 14th, and then I would have to take classes, obviously, and have the SR22. So I don't know why I even had another court date if I already did that all July 14th.
Was it for a misdemeanor charge?
It was for my whole DUI.
Was it in a municipal or a justice court?
I did it over the phone for Queen Creek.
Okay, so it sounds like Queen Creek may have charged you for the misdemeanor portion, but the county is now pursuing you for felony charges as it relates to that same incident.
Oh.
So you are still, it may...
Because I didn't have any, like, paperwork for any of that, or that I even had another court date or anything. I literally talked to the judge on July 14th, and that was it.
Yeah, so it sounds to me like you were charged in the municipal or justice court out of Queen Creek and charged with a misdemeanor DUI, but as I mentioned, the county attorney is now pursuing...
So why didn't I get that information that I would have come to court for that or anything? You know what I mean?
They mailed it to you.
I don't have it.
Yeah, it was returned. The address that they had...
It's 22497 South 211th Way?
I'm looking at the mail.
That is my address.
Returned. It said you did not claim it. You had to go sign a green card, and nobody went and picked up the mail to sign the green card. And as a result of that, it got returned and a warrant issued for your arrest. That was September 4th of 2025.
September 4th, I had surgery that morning.
Well, that's when
and I was on bed rest for 2 weeks.
That's when they finally sent it back because you had not picked it up by that date.
Oh.
So it was mailed prior to that. Finally, it was mailed back in August, and when you didn't pick it up by September 4th, they mailed it back. The court received it September 8th, and as a result of that,
that is very confusing. Okay.
So that's likely what happened. I don't have access to your misdemeanor records. But it appears as though you may have been charged under the misdemeanor statute of DUI, but again, because there was a passenger under the age of 15, the county is pursuing felony charges on that. And that's what you're here for today. So just make sure you go to those hearings.
Well, yeah, if I would have known I had something, I would have, you know, like, I'm a single mom with a full-time job. Like, this is not where I want to be.
The only recommendation I have, if you receive anything else from the court that requires you to sign it, just make sure you get that.
Oh, absolutely.
Because when they get sent back, they issue the warrants. I've appointed an attorney to represent you. You'll meet with that attorney on October 22nd at 8:30. And then again, just ensure you go to those hearings to avoid any failure to appear. Okay? All right. If you'll take a step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork. May I have, do we have an interpreter? Yes. May I have Mr. Hernandez Castro to the podium? Good evening. Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Yeah. My name is Mario Hernandez.
Thank you, ma'am. Looks like I'm getting some feedback. Do we know why? No. Okay. All right. Mr. Castro, I do have a Spanish interpreter on the line. I do ask that you wait for her to translate before you respond.
I'm good.
Señor Castro, tenemos una intérprete de inglés en la línea, así que si podría esperar a que ella traduzca una vez que usted termine de hablar.
Okay.
We are here today on 2 cases.
Estamos con 2 casos el día de hoy.
The first one is a new case for 1 count of conducting a chop shop, a Class 2 felony.
El primero es un nuevo caso de clase 2 de delitos cometidos.
And 5 counts of theft means of transportation, a Class 3 felony.
Este es un delito de transporte y tiene 5 cuentas de afecto.
Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you.
Todos los documentos han sido registrados y le vamos a asignar un abogado.
You will have a hearing October 13th and October 16th at 8:30 in the morning.
Va a tener una audiencia el día 13 y 16 de octubre a las 8:30 por la mañana.
You're also here on a warrant for failing to appear related to leaving an accident.
También está aquí por una advertencia en no irse a tiempo de un accidente o querer irse de un accidente.
I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a hearing.
Advertencia en no irse a tiempo de un accidente o querer irse de un accidente.
I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a hearing October 10th at 8:30 in the morning.
Excuse me, interpreter, you said October 8th?
October 10th at 8:30?
Thank you. Vamos a asignarle un abogado y la audiencia para ese caso va a ser el 10 de octubre a las 8:30.
And that hearing will take place in the Encanto Justice Court.
Y esa audiencia va a realizarse en la Corte de El Canto.
You have a bond of $50 in this case.
Tiene un costo de $50 en este caso.
However, on your new charges, you have a cash bond of $50,000.
Sin embargo, en el otro caso, los nuevos cargos que tiene un bono en efectivo de $50,000.
In the event you post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services.
En caso de abonar ese dinero en efectivo, sería liberado a los servicios de supervisión.
And you will be equipped with electronic monitoring.
Y lo estarían absolviendo con un monitoreo electrónico.
You will have written conditions of release.
Le van a dar condiciones de liberación escritas.
No contact with any victim, and you may not possess any weapons.
No va a tener contacto con las víctimas, ni tampoco poseer ningún arma.
Did you have any questions?
No sé.
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
I believe he indicated he did not. I'm not sure if you heard him.
¿Ninguna pregunta?
No, yo entiendo todo lo que me está diciendo.
No, I understand everything you said.
If you will step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Bueno, si se aparta a la izquierda, el oficial le va a dar su papeleo.
And Madam Interpreter, we do have one more case. Can you give us a moment while we get that party in the courtroom?
Of course.
Thank you. Do I have counsel on the line for Angel? Sir, I cannot hear you. Can you hear me?
Señor, no puedo oírlo. ¿Me oye?
Mr. Blishak, are you there?
Señor Brusak, ¿está en la línea?
Can you hear me now, Judge?
Yes, thank you, sir. All right, we will begin. I do have an interpreter on the line. I do ask that you wait for her to translate before responding.
Judge, just before you begin, too, I want to make an amendment that this is a limited notice of appearance.
Thank you, counsel. And I apologize, Madam Interpreter. Can you please update Angel with that information?
Of course. Bien, ahora vamos a comenzar. Va a haber una intérprete en la línea, así que asegúrense de esperar a que terminen de interpretar. Y vamos a avisarle que este es un aviso de comparecencia limitado.
Thank you. We will begin now. May I please get your name and date of birth, sir?
Bien, ahora vamos a comenzar. ¿Podría decirme su nombre y fecha de nacimiento?
Ángel Viloria, y agosto 2 del 67.
Angel Viloria, August 2nd, 67.
Thank you, sir. And may I get counsel's appearance for the record, please?
Thank you, Judge. John W. Bliszczak appearing on a limited basis for this hearing only on behalf of the defendant.
Madam Interpreter, can you relay that to Mr. Viloria?
Excuse interpreter, of course. Sí, yo voy a estar siendo el consejero para esta apelación.
We are here today on a new case.
Estamos aquí para un nuevo caso.
They are for charges with an offense date of April 1st, 2000.
Esto es por un cargo de el 1 de abril del 2000.
For 3 counts of molestation of a child, a Class 2 felony.
Son 3 cuentas de casos de molestia infantil, 3 crímenes.
1 count of sexual conduct with a minor, a Class 2 felony.
Un crimen de caso 2 por abuso sexual a un menor.
3 counts of sexual abuse, a Class 3 felony.
Un crimen de clase 3 por 3 crímenes de abuso sexual.
1 count of furnishing obscene material to minors, a Class 4 felony.
Un crimen de clase 1 por proporcionar material obsceno a infantiles o menores.
1 count of public indecency when a minor is present, a Class 5 felony.
Un crimen de clase 5 por indicia pública, estando un menor presente.
2 counts of indecent exposure, a Class 6 felony.
Dos cargos de exposición indecente en frente de un menor. Este es un crimen de caso 6, de clase 6.
And 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 6 felony.
Y un cargo de agresión agravada. Este es un crimen de clase 6.
Mr. Bliszczak, would you like to be heard as it relates to probable cause, release conditions, or both?
I will confine my statements to his release when you're ready to hear me.
Señor Bliszczak, ¿le gustaría relatar sus condiciones o ahora o más tarde? Voy a compartir mi declaración una vez que luego de la liberación.
Thank you, counsel. And based on your statements on the record today that this is a limited notice of appearance, I am going to appoint an attorney to represent you, sir.
Gracias. Y debido a que este es un aviso de apelación limitada, vamos a asignarle un abogado para representarlo.
I am finding probable cause, and I'm going to set a couple of hearings in the downtown Superior Courthouse.
Encontramos unas causas probables, así que vamos a asignarles algunas audiencias en la Corte Superior del Centro.
Before we go over those dates, I want to hear from your attorney regarding the release conditions.
Antes de
May I
darle
proceed?
esas fechas, me gustaría hablar de su abogado.
Counsel, you may proceed. I do ask that you give the interpreter an opportunity to translate.
I apologize. I
Puede
will do
proceder
so.
y le solicito darle tiempo al intérprete para traducir.
Judge, I was contacted by his employer. He is gainfully employed in the upholstery business.
Juez, fui contactado por su empleador y él ha estado empleado en el negocio de upholstery.
I was contacted by his son, and he does have a place to live with his family.
Fui contactado por su hijo y él tiene un lugar donde vivir con su familia.
I note in the pre-trial services that he has no prior felonies.
Sé, debido a los servicios de los juicios previos, que él no tiene antecedentes previos.
I would ask that a reasonable bond be set.
Yo solicitaría una fianza razonable.
Thank you, counsel.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Valoria, I have reviewed the allegations in this case.
Señor Veloria, pude revisar las alegaciones en este caso.
I've heard what your attorney has provided here today.
Pude escuchar lo que su abogado tuvo para decir.
I have also reviewed your criminal history, and I do note that you do not have any felony convictions.
También pude rever su historial criminal y veo que no posee ningún cargo anterior.
However, you are facing some very serious allegations with multiple alleged victims.
Sin embargo, está atravesando unas acusaciones graves con varias víctimas múltiples.
I do have some concerns for the community as well as your alleged victims in this case.
Tengo bastantes preocupaciones por la comunidad, así como por las víctimas involucradas en el caso.
I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100,000.
Voy a colocar una fianza de seguridad en la cantidad de $100,000.
In the event that bond is posted, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services.
En el caso de que la fianza sea depositada, va a ser liberado con los servicios prejuzgados de supervisión.
And you will be equipped with electronic monitoring.
Y lo van a equipar con monitoreo electrónico.
You will also have written conditions of release.
También le van a dar unas condiciones de alta por escrito.
No contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness.
No tendrá contacto con las víctimas ni testigos del caso.
And you may not have contact with any minors.
Ni tampoco contacto con ningún menor.
All of this will be included in your paperwork.
Todo esto va a estar incluido en su papeleo.
This does conclude our hearing. If you will please step to your left, the officer will get you that paperwork.
Esto finaliza con nuestra audiencia. Si mira a su izquierda, el oficial le va a entregar su papeleo.
¿Puedo hablar? ¿Puedo hablar?
Could I speak?
I will give you an opportunity to speak so long as your counsel agrees with that, but I do caution you to not speak about the facts of this case. But first, I want to hear from your attorney before you speak.
Judge, I don't want him discussing any facts of the case.
Le voy a dar la oportunidad de hablar si su abogado está de acuerdo, pero primero quiero preguntarle al abogado, ¿está de acuerdo en que él hable? Le sugeriría no hablar de ningún asunto de este caso. Pues me gustaría que él hable de ningún asunto del caso.
No, nada más quería ver si podía bajar ¿cómo se dice? El pago de 100,000, si lo podría bajar, no sé si se podría.
I would just like to know if we could lower the bond.
The bond will not be lowered today. However, if in the future your attorney feels like that is appropriate, they can make the appropriate motion to the court at that time.
El día de hoy no se va a bajar la fianza, sin embargo, en el futuro, si su abogado lo considera apropiado, podemos realizar el procedimiento apropiado y discutirlo en corte.
Thank you, sir.
Gracias.
And counsel, I do appreciate you appearing here. Yes, I was just going to excuse you. Thank you so much for appearing here this late in the evening.
At 75, it's getting tough, Judge.
Well, I'm impressed. It's midnight now, so go get some sleep.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, counsel. And Madam Interpreter, I appreciate you also being here today. That does conclude our Spanish matters. Feel free to disconnect at your convenience.
Of course. Thank you for using our services. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too. All right. And our last remaining case will proceed as a house call due to being a danger to self. William Jones, date of birth March 14th, 1965, is here on a warrant from the Arrowhead Justice Court. It is not a warrant. I apologize. It is a new case for one count of assault, a class 1 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent him. He will have an arraignment hearing October 21st at 2 p.m. in the Arrowhead Justice Court. I am releasing him today on his own recognizance that it is his promise to appear. He does have written conditions of release. It does include not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. This does conclude our 11 p.m. calendar, and we will stand in recess until 2 a.m.